it's just a matter of what's important to you. And what's important to you for whatever reason. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. And so the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be.
Good evening. Today, we have pro basketball player. We have personal trainer. We have the coach. Also, we have the father. No, I'm not talking about 4 different people. I'm talking about none other than Jamaal Thompson. How's it going today, sir?
Oh, man, it's great. Blessed to be here.
It's a blessing to have you here today, sir, especially, seeing as how you have your hand in so many different things,
most definitely.
Thank you for being here with me today.
No problem, man. When you guys reached out, it was a no-brainer for me anytime.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yep. So let's go ahead and jump off. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, so what current team do you play for at this time?
I play for the new professional team out here called Las Vegas Huskies.
I heard of them.
Yeah, playing in the PBA. This is the first year starting up and everything, so looking forward to it.
Nice. And what position do you play on the team?
I'm a guard, point guard, and shooting guard.
I knew it was point guard. You just got that point guard, attitude. Like, give me the ball. I know what to do with it.
Let's make a play.
Let's make a play, right? So, all right. So, and do you play domestic or do you play overseas?
We play overseas. Actually, we go to Serbia next month. We're going to be out there for a month, and we're going to go to Mexico, Mongolia. Those are the overseas countries that we're going to.
Nice.
And then the PBA is actually here in America, and we just play teams from all over.
So it's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. So
Nice.
Both worlds, yeah.
So foreign and domestic.
Yeah.
So out of the few countries that your team is going to be playing in, what has been your favorite place to visit so far?
Mongolia. I haven't been to Serbia before. I haven't been to Mexico, but I hear both of them are really good. There's really good talent out there in both of those. So I'm looking forward to all of them, just the experience in general.
For sure. And what did you enjoy about Mongolia?
Basketball and the fans. The fans are really good. They showed a lot of love out there. People were really friendly. The only thing I didn't like was the weather. It was really cold out there.
It is?
Yeah.
You see, I wouldn't imagine Mongolia being a really cold place.
It was a lot of snow. From Vegas, I'm used to the heat.
Yeah, major contrast. Vegas is no other place on the earth like Vegas. Yes, for sure. What was the and you said they were really like hardcore fans out there?
Yeah, they're supportive. They treat it as if like you are in the NBA out there, because that's their their only professional team and stuff.
Right. So they're like,
it was love.
Yeah. It's a huge admiration.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so and okay, aside from Mongolia, what other countries have you played in so far?
Played in Canada. That's pretty much it. Just Mongolia and Canada.
Okay, because I thought I saw something about Paris or France in there or something.
Yeah, well, that was before COVID.
BC, before COVID.
Yeah, so, COVID messed everything up, So yeah,
but Paris was cool though.
I didn't end up getting a chance to go. I was
you didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
So before COVID, you didn't get a chance to really get to playing in Paris.
Yeah.
I actually had a lot of questions about Paris, being that we have, as people of color, a lot of history out there.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, but are you going to be going sometime in the future?
Yeah, I actually talked to a representative a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. So I'm trying to see what's going to go on with that. But with that, it was just pretty much like a tour and stuff like that. So it wasn't like a contract or anything like that.
Okay.
Helping like the kids train and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a big deal though.
Like host camps. So it'd be
that's really a big deal.
Cool. Yeah. So I definitely want to experience that.
And I love, and we're going to touch on this a little bit further on in the interview. But I see that you're very supportive of the youth.
Yeah.
You really stand behind the youth, and that's very honorable. I just want to definitely say that, Jamaal.
Appreciate that.
So, but before we move on to my next question, I want to ask you, what was your favorite What was your favorite thing to do to pass the time in Mongolia except for play basketball? Like, what other things did you do out there?
Play 2K. Netflix, a lot of Netflix.
Got you. And how was the food out there?
It was different. Yeah, it was different.
A lot of shrimp with the eyeballs on them?
It was for sure it was different, but I had to adjust, the whole culture, different culture. But it was good. It's always good to, see different things, meet, new people and everything, because everybody comes from a different background, so.
Absolutely, and it's always great to broaden your horizons and your perspectives. Yeah. Definitely. I have never been out the country yet. I've pretty much been to every major city that you can't name a place in America that I have not been yet.
Really?
But outside the country, that's my next frontier. So that's why I'm kind of like trying to get a feel, what it's like, because in your mind you just think of any place outside of America as a cold, dark place. And that's not reality, but that's what you think. So at what point of your life did you realize that you had this exceptional talent for the game of basketball?
At a young age, I grew up in pretty much a basketball background. My family, my dad played, my uncles, cousins, older cousins, and everything. So
professional as well.
Yeah, so
nice.
A lot of them played Division I ball. So it was just I was pretty much just born into it.
Genetics.
So, so at a young age, I knew that I loved the game, and that's what I wanted to do. For a living.
Nice. And then at what point did you, because you said you realized from a young age you had the talent, at what point did you decide that this is what I wanted? And it was also around that same age, or this has been your whole life?
I first started playing basketball at 2. That's when I first.
Out.
My dad put the ball in my head at 2. And
wow.
We had like a little mini hoop, that we had in the front, and I used to just shoot on it all the time. I had even as a little kid, I had I don't know if you remember the little Fisher Prices.
Of course.
I was on that all day. Now it's funny how everything comes back full circle, because that's what my son shoots on. So
that's
what
beautiful.
I was doing,
And is he showing interest in it as well?
Yeah, he shows a lot of interest. He's always in the gym with me, So it's just
that's so cool.
Yeah, he loves it. So I'm actually coaching his team now. This is his first season playing. So it's been
wow.
Yeah.
And how does that feel watching him out there? Does it melt your heart, and does it listen, you my son, but I got to be a little hard on you right now. I got to separate being dad from loving on you right now. Is it a little challenging sometimes?
It definitely is challenging. I don't want to be on him too tough, you know what I mean?
Because it'll discourage.
Yeah, discourage him, So at this point, since he's so young, I'm just letting him, have fun with it, enjoy it, meet his teammates and everything like that. Just watch him develop pretty much, So it's definitely been challenging, but he loves it though.
And how's his attitude towards it?
Amazing. He even comes, even after practice, he'll ask me, "Can I play basketball some more?"
Oh, that's
wake
nice.
up and everything is just he loves it. He has his team jersey, and he'll just try to put it on and everything. And he has his shoes. He's always in basketball mode. I guess
he's always in mode.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. Yeah. That is so beautiful, man. And I know that feels amazing to you, especially that this has been your entire life. This is your passion, this is your love, and now you've given birth to your first love, and he's in love with what you love, and I mean, man, I know that's an amazing feeling.
It is. It definitely melts my heart, but it's not something that I'm push him to, if that's what he wants to do, then fine.
If he decides to change wins,
whatever it is, I'm gonna be there and support him all the way.
That's what we can do as fathers. Exactly. Absolutely. So my next question is, Jamaal, are you familiar with Tim Grover?
Yeah, the trainer.
Yes. Kobe and Jordan's trainer.
Yeah.
He has a very interesting perspective on a winner's mentality. What is your understanding of the Tim Grover mentality?
Far as quotes or
won't say quotes, but the different the different elements that he instilled into Kobe, the different elements that he instilled into Jordan that took them from just great ball players to, gods in the game, because it was a certain mentality that he instilled into them.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to expand on that a little bit, but what is your understanding of Tim Grover's mentality and his mindset?
You gotta love what you do. It can't feel like work, you know what I mean? And for Kobe and Jordan specifically, their whole mindset is they're gonna outwork everybody, And I saw like a clip or something like a tweet or whatever, like Kobe's workout schedule, like how it was, and he'll literally like work out 4 times a day.
Yes,
you know, and
yes,
it was
yes.
just, it's just
Relentless.
amazing. Yeah, and even before games, you know, they said that he'll work out harder like pre-game. So by the time the game starts, it's
He's already
easy.
warmed
He's already
up.
warmed up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The
So it's
engine's
just-
been running for
yeah,
hours.
and that's the same way that Jordan was as well. You know, so I feel like a lot of these younger, especially the younger players, if they really study the game, especially now, because like the younger players, they don't even know who, you know, a lot of the older vets are, and some of the, you know, Hall of Famers. You know?
Right.
And, you know, growing up in my era, it's like I could tell you every NBA player, the team that they played for, the number that they wore, all of that, you know. So
yes, from the Sean Kemps to the, you know, yes.
everything, you know,
It was very deep.
Yeah.
You know, and just to expand on what you said, you know, I am, for one, I'm a huge Tim Grover subscriber, you know, because his mentality. See, I'm someone where I'm an amalgamative thinker.
Yeah.
So like I like to take things from all different. I draw inspiration from all places.
Yeah,
so even though I'm not an athlete, I can look into the mentality of the athlete,
Exactly.
and then I can extract something from that and then employ it into my life.
Exactly.
And one thing that I love about the athlete's mentality, the athletic mentality rather, is Tim Grover speaks about being a cleaner.
Yeah.
And a cleaner, by definition, is, you know, in my opinion, it's a level of stoicism. You know, like regardless of whatever's going on around you, it don't matter if the court is on fire,
Exactly.
if there's an earthquake going on under the arena,
Yeah.
you still have to get that ball in the basket.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And you trained enough to where it became so second nature in reflex to where
Muscle memory.
it became like it became a muscle memory thing,
Yeah.
you know. So so Tim Grover is somebody who, where like, even though I don't play sports, I definitely have assimilated a lot of that into my structure.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, and I just want to ask you, were you familiar with him?
Yeah,
You
most
know, especially, you know, right. Yeah. So okay, so.
And that's something that I try to install in, you know, the kids that I coach and train, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these kids, they don't know the difference between being a basketball player and loving the game of basketball. You know what I mean?
Say that.
So,
absolutely.
So I feel like it's two different, you know, aspects. You know, a basketball player, you're willing to put in all the work and everything that comes with it. You fall in love with the process. You know, someone that loves to, you know, like just to play basketball.
They're focused on the destination,
yeah,
not so much of the journey.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you really love, like you said, loving it, the journey is much more exciting than the destination anyway.
It is.
You know,
It is.
It's like things that you were training on or working on, and then you're starting to see the results, and you're seeing these things coming together, and you're transforming before your very own eyes.
Yeah, it makes you want to work that much harder. You know what I mean?
Yes.
'Cause you see the progression. You
Yeah,
know?
and that's
So-
what anything, you know, because we're reward based, we're reward wired as human beings.
Yeah, that's true.
Reward system wired. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And like, it's almost like if you are working out and you've been working out for 2 months and you don't see any results, that person starts to go, I don't know if I want to go to the gym this week. But when you start seeing those little lines, little cuts coming in, you're like, I'm on the right track, you know? So things like that is what definitely inspires you to keep going. Jamaal, another question I have. By the way, I really love the mentality that you have, because it shows to me that I'm believing in, like you're saying, becoming great in any arena, no matter what you step into. It's more so what's going on up here,
Exactly.
as opposed to how skilled you are in what you're doing. It's how you feel about it, how you think about it, your perception on it. What are some of your major support systems in your life to date, and that has gotten you to this point?
My family. I wouldn't be here without my family. My parents, they've been supporting me since day one. You know what I mean?
Likewise.
So everything I do is for them. You know what I mean? So they has like a big factor in everything. You know what I mean? So without them, like I said, I wouldn't even be who I am. They're the one that installed all the qualities into me. Everything that I do to give back to the community, they're the ones that, you know, put that into me, because I saw them doing it, you know. So.
Awesome. And parents, I want you to take note. It's a very serious thing that he just said. Well, not serious, but it's very important what he said. You know, what we put into our children is what we're going to get out of them. You know, and you can tell based on, you know, how he's even postured in the chair, how he's holding his hands, how he's speaking. that his parents, his family, they made a substantial investment into Jamaal. You know, because now he's investing back into the youth. He's investing back into his communities. He's Vegas raised, Vegas born, you know, so he didn't move out once he found some success and started to, you know, cultivate another economy. He doubled back around and he's doing it in his own soil. Much respect, sir. Much respect.
That.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
That.
So, being that you mentioned you have a son.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like. Give me what it's like being a father. You know, like for one, how old is your son?
He's 4 right now. He's going to turn 5 in October. Yeah.
Libra?
Yeah.
My son's a Libra as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, September 27th.
Okay, yeah. His is October 17th.
Nice. And I can, based on what you just told me, I already know that he is super personable. He has a big personality.
Yeah, he does.
He loves to smile. Yeah. People just love to be around him, right?
Yeah, he just loves people. He loves interacting with a lot of
people.
Same.
And he's my son is like, he's only 7 months. He'll be 7 months tomorrow.
Okay.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a life-changing experience.
Yeah, most
definitely so. And for the better.
For the better, yeah.
Yes. But he is like, I wish I was as cool as him. You know, like he's at 7 months, he's already cooler than me. You know?
That's how my son is.
He gets so much love, and like it's almost like he handles it in a way where he expects it.
Yeah,
you know, like you know you want to come over here.
Yeah. Next generation, man. It's
very advanced.
special.
Very advanced. You know. So what is it like being trying to keep the balance in your parenthood throughout this pandemic with your son and trying to keep him stimulated and, you know, because it's been pretty challenging.
Yeah, most definitely.
So how have you surmounted?
Just pretty much just trying to be more hands-on with him. The most difficult challenge was because before COVID, he was going to daycare, you know, so now I had to step up and be not only daddy, you know, but I had to be his teacher and stuff as well.
Tell him.
Keep him, you know, I had to keep him engaged with a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And, you know, at that age, their mindset, like their attention span is all, quick, you know, so it was hard, you know, trying to get him to, okay, right now you have to work on our coloring, our writing, numbers, all of that, counting, all of that, you know. And all he wanted to do was just play. It's like, no, it's not all about play. You got to work before you could play. You know? So that's what I've been trying to, you know, teach him. So.
And has he found his adjustment in all of what has been going on? He's been, you know, doing pretty well.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, because I mean, as we know, it's been pretty challenging for some of the youth out here.
Yeah, it has.
But that also, like what you just said, and what a few of my other guests have said, which I have kind of like cultivated my own understanding. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody because I don't, you know, everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
But if you have a child and they are having a hard time right now, it just kind of, to me, it only means that you're not doing enough.
Exactly.
You know, exactly. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. I'm just being real.
No, especially,
it just feels like, to me, it's like you're not doing enough because they're with you all the time now.
All the time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's no excuse.
So the influence is direct. It's not like you influence them and then they go to school for 8 hours and then they get brainwashed and you got to come home and unbrainwash. Everything that you want in them, you can put in them now.
This is the perfect time to do it.
So, you know, and in a sense, like I had to say to my lady, I said, well, what would we have done if there was never a school? Yeah. If there was never a school, if we were still living before, you know, out of civilization, and we were living in our own, you know, structure. Yeah. What would we do? We would still have to take on the responsibility of educating our children.
Exactly.
So. I don't know, but
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, I know. That's why, like, for me, like, in a lot of aspects, the pandemic was a blessing because, like I said, I was able to use that time to, you know, be there, be more hands-on with my son like that, you know what I mean, and do, you know, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing today, you know. So, like I said, I took that time and really tried to use it wisely, and
grateful.
I tried to do that, you know, like I said, for the parents, this is the best time to, teach your kids. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes, yes.
And for my son, I mean, he pretty much got, fed up with it at times. Like, you got to do it again. Like, yeah, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
Because, when he was at school, he was there for at least like half a day. You know what I mean? So he had to learn. So he had to still I'm still trying to keep that same structure for him because, like I said, he's about to be 5, so in the fall he's going to start school. He's going to start kindergarten, so he's going to have to, already be ready for that.
Yes, and being able to stay focused.
Yeah, most definitely, and just know that he can't just play the whole day.
Right, and just because you're ready to, you just can't get up and do something else.
Exactly.
This is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So
tell us about the Sin City, the Sin City Sauce Boys.
Yeah, it's a new organization. Man, a lot of great kids, a lot of great coaches. It's up and coming. Like I say, all about the youth. Anything that we could do to help the youth out in the community. That's what they do a great job in the community. And like I said, I'm coaching Mari's team, which is the Biddy. We call it the Biddy, 5 and 6 year old. Mari is the youngest one. My son Mari, he's the youngest one on the team. But it's been amazing. Some of the teams are ranked. The 8 and 9 year olds. They're ranked in the state and stuff. So it's
nice,
pretty good. Yeah.
Go Amari.
Yeah. So
do you think Amari?
And the great thing about that is because the Biddy, they have their practice usually Monday and Thursdays. For an hour, because they're just young and stuff like that. So after practice, Amari likes to stay and watch the older kids, and then when we get home, he try to imitate everything that he just saw.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
but see, that's how you know his interest is genuine.
Yeah, and he'll literally just sit there. He'll sit on the ball or whatever and just watch. And he knows what to do. So if the team has a water break or whatever, then that's when he'll go on the court and try to shoot or dribble and mess around and stuff like that. But while the team is practicing, he's just taking everything all in, just watching.
And Jamaal, question, while we're still on the youth and while we're on children, my question is, because you seem like you have gotten to a point where you have found your balance.
Yeah.
You have found your balance. What advice would you give to any first-time fathers, that are trying to find their balance to get their footing in at this time? What would your advice or recommendations be to them?
Number one, pray, because it could be challenging at times, and God.
Very patience testing.
Yeah, a lot of patience, So. And that's what a lot of my prayers is for, is, asking for patience, and wisdom, and guide me the right way,
Keep ordering your steps.
Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely.
But besides that, I'm pretty sure all the parents is going to love their child, and whatever your career, everything that you love as well, you got to just find that balance. You know what I mean? Whether that means you have to wake up early to start your days, to do things before your child wakes up. That's what I do as well. That's what I have to learn.
I'm a 3 a.m. guy.
See, I'm a 5 a.m. now. I used to was like 7, 8, but now it's okay. Let me wake up a little earlier.
A little earlier than
what
early.
I mean? So, because that way I'll be able to, get stuff done that I need to. So by the time that my son
let's speak on that.
What
advantages do you find by waking up early? Like much early though.
The advantages is usually by 10, 11 a.m. I'm done with a lot of the stuff.
Day's already done.
It's already done. You know what I mean? And I got so much accomplished. So I could just relax the rest of the day and just let my son be a kid and just play.
Exactly.
All my attention could go, on that.
Exactly. And same. I find that I get an advantage over the day.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an advantage over the day, because when I'm up at 3 and I have already been up for like 4 hours, and then my family is coming around me, I've already gotten at least 4, 5, 6 things done already.
Exactly.
I've already went and walked. I already went and jogged, worked out,
all
ate,
that.
Responding to emails.
Yeah.
I didn't handle so many things. So now when it's time for y'all to come to me, I can, like you said, I can give my family attention.
Exactly.
Now. What is the plan for today? Or I need help with this, or, because, dad is always, people always asking you questions, right?
You need the alone time, you got to get your mind right. I don't know if you're into meditation, but I meditate.
I am.
So it's I don't do it as as long as other people do, 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes,
So what do you actually do to find, to get the most efficient efficiency out of your meditations? Do you like go in a quiet room or
Yeah.
do you go work out? Like, what is your meditative process?
I go in a quiet room. Sometimes I do work out with it, but most of the time I just go in a quiet room, and just turn everything, the lights off, everything, and just close my eyes and just try to.
And what do you put in your mind when you're bringing yourself into the meditative state? Nothing?
Yeah, nothing. I'm not trying to think about anything. You know what I mean? So whatever that does flow into my mind, I know that's what I'm supposed to be, thinking about and all of that. So
And see,
just
that's
my
the challenge
future.
within itself.
Yeah, it is. That's the hardest part.
Clearing
Clearing your mind.
and shutting off the sound in your
Yeah.
mind, turning everything off in your brain. Like, you can turn off all the appliances, but turning your brain off is the hardest part.
Yeah, most definitely.
What have you done what steps did you take to help you to be able to effectively turn your brain off, to find that place?
I studied. I used to watch like a lot of YouTube clips about meditation. I also have like a journal that I write in every day. I have a vision board, all of that. So when it does come time for me to sit down and meditate, all of that is already on my mind. So when I do try to just free my mind and everything like that, then everything I just try to visualize. What I want to manifest.
Very strong, very, very strong. My process is a little different,
Yeah.
but it all comes down to just clearing the space and because see, a lot of times people think meditation, it has to be like you're sitting there with the non-linear
I
and
know.
you don't have to do
You
all
don't have to
that.
do all
Like
that,
that's
yeah.
more for show, you
Yeah.
know. The process of meditation is to put a halt to the constant ebb and flow of the day,
Yeah.
the ebb and flow of your brain.
Exactly.
And when you bring a halt to all of that, then you can kind of it stops from being like this till it goes like this.
Exactly.
And now you can see it from an elevated perspective.
Yeah, most definitely.
And you can approach it much more effectively.
Yep.
So my thing is, like you say, I just get alone. My meditative process is when I go for my walks.
Your walks?
Yeah,
Is that
I-
early mornings?
It kind of depends, like, because sometimes like it be really cold in the morning.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I wake up so fired up I don't care how cold it is.
Yeah.
Like actually that adds to
It does, though.
It's
Yeah.
like you feel
Gives
like
you
like a
more.
Spartan 300. You be like.
No, seriously though. Yeah,
Like
I
you see
know.
the smoke coming out and
Oh,
all of that.
man.
It's like dramatic,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I walk about between 4 and 6 miles a day, and
That's good.
Yeah, and it has yes it is.
Yeah.
I have so many alterations and adjustments that have come into my life since
Yeah.
I have become more active and not just working out my body but working out my brain in that
Exactly.
time, because
Yeah.
walking is a cognitive repair
Yeah.
process.
It is.
It gives me time to really think about what's most important to me.
Yeah, most definitely. One thing that I have written down in my journal is mind, body, and soul. That's what I always try to focus on. Like I said, if I could get all three of those, right, then I feel like nobody could stop you. You know what I mean? Especially your mind.
That's
And
called
your soul,
the
everything,
Leroy glow.
Yeah.
When you reach that quintessential level,
Yeah, most definitely.
But that's what he did,
Yeah.
like his mind, body, and soul
yeah.
became aligned,
Yep.
and then that's when he was able to tap into his power.
Yeah.
So let's talk about buckets and blessings.
Okay.
Give me what is buckets and blessings?
It's exactly what it is. The title, buckets, give out buckets and just try to bless others,
Okay.
Sometimes you have to bless others with a bucket,
With a nice poster.
What buckets and blessings stand for, is just, like I said, just trying to be a blessing, help other people that really didn't get the opportunities that, a lot of other guys did, especially like on a pro level or whatever. You have like some kids out of college that didn't go D1 and they still did, but they could play and they could play at the next level. And we just, our mission is just to try to help them. Even with the kids, some high school kids that's trying to look into, getting into some colleges, so whatever we can do, we're just trying to be a blessing to a lot of those, kids and grown men, those as well, that may not got the same shot as everyone else.
So it's about giving back.
Giving back.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And not doing it for doing it for the right reasons too, and not doing it for, just for, money or whatever like that. Is really doing it for, you know, the kindness of your heart, because you like to see other people, you know, fulfill their
That's the only
dreams.
way it's a blessing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for a motive, for a profit, for a reason, for a benefit,
then it's not
a blessing.
It's not a blessing.
You know, well, actually, it's a blessing to them, but it's not a benefit or a blessing to you.
But it's not going to last. I feel like it's not going to last that long. And the people that you have around you, it's not going to be that genuine. You know,
right?
When you do it from the kindness of your heart, you're going to have, God is going to put the right people around you.
Correct. Because there's one thing you can't fake, is you can't fake the universe or the Creator.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
You could lie to anybody, but.
Yeah,
you know,
he knows your heart. So.
Exactly. Notes are being taken.
Yeah, exactly.
So is Buckets and Blessings beyond, you know, a form of giving back? Is it a clothing line of yours as well?
Yeah. We have a clothing line as well. You could go to bucketsandblessings.com.
Okay.
/shop. And have everything there. You know, we have, you know, men's wear, females wear, you know, and coming with kids and stuff as well, you know. So
yeah, I took a look on the site, and I must say, very well designed.
Yeah,
very well. I can tell that, you know, you and your partners, you know, y'all didn't just sit down and just throw anything together. Like, you guys took some time to think about what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You put some money into it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it was a quality effort.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know,
shout out to the CEO, the founder of Buckets and Blessings, Ben Merritt. You know, he's been, like I said, he's been a blessing.
What's his social media?
Ben Merritt. I'll send it to you.
Okay, absolutely. Actually, at the end of the show, we'll plug in all the socials.
Okay.
Absolutely. But yeah, definitely shout out to the CEO of Buckets and Blessings. Yeah. Very well put together clothing line, you know, grassroots, you know, but definitely support. Yeah, you know, because definitely. As you can see that the proceeds is not just going to lining these gentlemen's pockets.
Yeah.
It's going back into the community to help the youth.
Yep, that's what it's about.
So Jamaal, who was your greatest influence, sports, non-sports, in your life?
I can't just name one. I would have to say both my mom and my dad.
Okay.
Because inspiration. Yeah, seeing how hard they worked to provide for me and my brother at the time, that's what inspired me. I knew I was going to give everything I had to the game of basketball just by seeing how hard they worked at their crafts, at their jobs, in their field, you know.
That's solid. It's an amazing thing when your superheroes can be your parents.
Yeah.
You know, because too many youth, they don't have the experience to, you know, to say that, you know, that their dad or their mom or both of them, you know, in unison are the greatest influence in their life. So, all right, so that's nice.
I never told them that either, so I'll probably have to tell them that, you know, give them their roses. So shout out to my mom and my pops.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to mom and pop. And mom, you are mine as well. Yeah. You know, I got an edible arrangement on the way for you. Love you. So in a sports arena, who was your greatest influence?
I know most people would say Michael Jordan. I know he was like the best ever, but my favorite player of all time was Penny Hardaway. I loved Penny Hardaway, especially the matchups. Well,
not only was that an amazing answer, but you also kind of like 86'd out one of my questions. But it's okay. It's all right. You kind of answered two questions in one, but okay.
So Penny Hardaway, that was my guy growing up.
Penny was the man. Oh, my God. Penny was so crazy.
And to see what he's doing now, too, he's giving back to the youth as well. He's coaching at University of Memphis. You know, he's doing a great job there. You know, so
strong. Yeah. A Penny Hardaway Magic jersey is like, it belongs in a shrine.
It does. They should have retired the number, but they ended up letting T-Mac wear it afterwards.
He was like, I don't
T-Mac
know.
could wear it. He the only one that could wear it.
But there's never another Penny, though.
Nah, it's not another Penny.
I mean, I don't know another. I mean, Jordan, he had his sneakers. I never knew another artist that had his own doll created after him.
Little Penny.
And then Little Penny became more famous than actually Real Penny.
I know. I remember all the
he was in music videos.
To this day, I still have Penny, like his shoes, all of that, you know, so.
That black and blue, it was something special about it, man.
One of the nicest ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And what about him was so influential for you?
I just liked his demeanor. I liked the way he led the show. We played, the same position. He was we were built similar. I'm not 6'7" or anything like that.
You actually guys have similar features now that I look at you.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, somebody told me. I actually met him before. I met him a couple years ago at a camp out here.
Really cool.
Yeah, and
my barber cut his hair before.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah. So he told me he's a really cool guy.
Yeah,
really
I
cool
had
guy.
posted it on social media before, and it was like, oh, he looks like he could be your pops. And I just started laughing.
Seriously, you have a Penny and there's somebody else. There's another ball player. I can't get his name right now.
I heard every dark basketball player. So
you got a
whatever
Garnett
one you
thing
said-
going on?
I heard that before. I heard that in high school.
That's crazy,
I
though.
heard that, yeah.
That's what's up, man. But you
Yeah.
know what? That's great to be compared
Yeah, it
to
is a lot, man.
nothing but greatness.
Nothing but greatness. Yeah.
You know,
I
they're not
look up
comparing you
all
to
of them.
losers.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. No, I look up and respect all of them. So,
Much
yeah,
respect. Yes,
most
definitely. They definitely were
Yeah.
generals, mavericks
Yeah.
in their own respective
Yeah,
rights.
they paved the way,
That's what they're saying. Mavericks,
Yeah.
Dangerous with their games.
Yeah.
So a lot of what we have discussed today has been like cognitive related, mental, things, what's going on upstairs.
Yeah.
I know that, in order to have the optimal performance that you want in each game, you can't just be out here eating 7-Eleven chicken wings.
Right.
You got to have a certain type of diet.
Yeah.
What does your diet look like?
Now that I'm in season, or we're about to start training camp, I pretty much changed up my diet. Before it was, like during COVID, it was bad. I'm not gonna lie. But now it's like a lot of chicken and rice, broccoli, a lot of pastas. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah.
So do you excuse me, you kind of like build up on the carbs, or you like do a less carb kind of thing?
Try to build up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because of the energy that you're looking to get out of your performance?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
A lot of protein shakes, so drink a lot of those, a lot of smoothies, so just pretty much switched everything up, you know what I mean? So,
Okay. But I also said you have a fitness kind of trainer thing in your
Yeah.
bio as well.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody like myself who is got big, got a little big man style about him?
Yeah.
What would you recommend to somebody who is on the larger side and wants to come down some? What would you like the healthiest way to go about that? Because there's a lot of unhealthy ways to lose weight, and a lot of people don't know that. Like you can go out there and just deprive yourself.
Yeah. That's true.
But you won't be your immune system will be compromised. So yeah.
From a lot of people I hear, like they try to eat like less portions of meals, but like for me, I wouldn't say to do that. I'll say like watch what you eat, and maybe have like smaller, like portions of it, and just exercise daily, just your commitment and dedication, to it, whether that's, fitness as far as like running, you know what I mean, stuff like that. I know that's a great way and stuff, a lot of sit-ups, a lot of core work, all of that, so just been pretty much committed to it, on a daily basis. I know it's challenging, but that's what I would say is just stand committed to, and I feel like that applies to anything.
Definitely,
anything.
anything.
Consistency with anything, just gonna equal success.
Agreed. I used to be over 320 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I used to be
Yeah,
really,
look
really
good.
big. So I'm no stranger to dedication and
Yeah.
consistency.
Yeah.
That's the only way I was even able to get the success that I had.
Yeah.
Because I went from 320 to a flat 200.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, no surgeries, no pills. That was
Yeah.
a lot of commitment.
Most definitely.
But since then, I have slowly tried to creep
Yeah.
back up, and
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's your story right there. Your story right there that can inspire someone else.
Actually, yes, I look to expand on that in one of my episodes.
Okay.
Because it wasn't a 1, 2, 3 thing.
Yeah.
It took me about a year.
Yeah.
And in
It's
that
the process.
I mean, a year of being consistent, consistently every day for a year. Not like, all right, I went hard last month, and now this month I'm gonna get some Wingstop. Nah, it was like going hard.
Nah, you gotta stay. Yeah.
And it was, to be honest with you, it It was what possibly made my life go in a direction that I felt was a positive direction,
Yeah.
because it was the time in my life where I had regained control over myself,
Yeah.
and I had proven myself to
Yeah.
myself. You know,
Yeah.
like for example, you know, you started off with with basketball from a young age.
Yeah.
The interest was there from a young age, you know, because of your dad and, you know, the upbringing and environment you came into. But you had to get to a point where you had to decide.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is what it is.
This is what, yeah.
You know, we lose a lot of times because we have a hard time making decisions.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways, so I just wanted just to, you know, get some pointers on that, because they say, you know how they say COVID-19? Well, you ever heard of COVID-15?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they say that standard, most people have gained about 15 pounds throughout this pandemic.
Yeah.
So to anybody listening out there, you know, definitely take heed to what Jamaal just told you. You know, you want to stay consistent. You want to cut down, not so much on eating less,
Yeah.
eating smaller portions.
Yeah, eating the right way.
But you can eat more frequently, just eating smaller portions.
Yeah.
Got you. What are some of your mental preparation techniques to get yourself in the game when you feel like your head may not be in the game?
When I'm playing ball?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you said the meditation aspect of it.
Yeah, meditation. While I'm actually in the game, or like pregame?
Oh, pregame.
Oh yeah, pregame, most definitely. Meditation, just try to get my mind right, you know, visualize, you know, how I could see myself playing, you know.
Visualization.
Yeah, pretty much, you know, talking myself up, you know how to
Hyping you up, yeah.
You know, listening to music and stuff like that. And just, you know, just being confident, just putting all the work that I put in, you know what I mean? So
Do you pray before your games?
every game, every time I step on the court and play, I always pray.
Awesome, awesome. Very powerful.
Yeah.
And what would you say was your greatest accomplishment outside of basketball in your life?
Having my son, being a father, because that changed me in a way that I never thought that was possible. I didn't even know that I even had this like type of, I guess you call it like strength, you know, to even.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So
yes, I do.
So yeah, I feel like that's by far my biggest accomplishment.
You feel like you become a better man since he's come into your life?
Yeah, most definitely, because I'm trying to mold him. So I can't just, you know, tell him certain things. I got to show him. I got to lead by example. You know what I mean? So everything I do. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I messed up every day, just like everybody else.
We're learning every day.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
But I just try to carry myself the right way, so that when he's out in public or whatever, you know, he'll follow in my footsteps. You know.
100%. And I read something about something that you just said. You know, it said that children, they will listen to what we say.
Yeah.
Because they have to.
Yeah.
But they learn from what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw that before as well.
Yeah. Like they'll listen, like, okay,
they'll listen,
but they don't respect it though.
Yeah.
What they respect is action.
Yeah.
Seeing you every day,
Most
handling
definitely.
business, going to work, paying the bills, you know, taking care of your household, giving them love, cooking for them. These are the things that are going to translate to them later on in life. You can't tell them, you got to go to school, you got to go to work, this and the third, and you haven't done any of those things.
Exactly.
Because they're going to learn from more of what you did than less of what you said.
Yeah, especially like if they tell, I mean, this is how it was for me growing up. You know, if my parents told me not to do something, it made me want to do it that much more because I was curious, like, why did they tell me not to do it? You know what I mean? So
when they took my DMX album away from me, I was like, this is definitely the album I have to listen to.
Gotta get the DMX.
And rest in peace to the legend.
Peace. Yeah,
definitely rest in peace to the legend. So what does the future look like for the Jamaal brand?
The future is bright, you know. Like I said, got a lot of different things going on as far as the coaching, training, the clothing line, playing the game of basketball, you know. So the future is definitely bright, and you know, I'm working on some other things and stuff as well, you know, that I could try to do to help, just try to change the world, you know.
Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah,
stay tuned. Well, I definitely want to say, before we wrap up, I just want to say that it has been an amazing time having you on today. I just want to say, make sure that you go out and you either hit his link in his bio or go on bucketsandblessings.com, support. Don't just buy one tracksuit. Don't buy one jogging pants. Buy a couple. You know that it's going to be a little bit of time for the shipping and things like that. So why just wait on one outfit? Get a couple of outfits.
Might as well go ahead and get it together.
There you go. Buy in bulk. Like that's how you're supposed to do it. Go ahead and drop your socials for us, brother. Let us know where they can find you. Let us know where they can see, what you got going on. A lot of people in Vegas, they want to do, have some outlets for their children.
Yeah.
So go ahead and plug in all your stuff.
Yeah, my social media, my Instagram is J_smooth, SMOOVE 32. And DM me if you guys want to, like I said, get any of the clothing apparel, and I'll, send you the promo code as well.
Nice.
My Twitter is the same, J_smooth 32. Just DM me if you guys have any questions.
Absolutely. So if you got children that need an outlet, they want to you want to do something constructive with their time, this is the man that you want to hit up.
Yeah, most
if
definitely.
you are looking to support a black-owned business that is actually not saying like. You want to support a black-owned business that is 100%, about the youth, about the community, 100% positive, and actually invest in quality into their material, hit up bucketsandblessings.com. I just want to say it's been a pleasure, my guy. Thank you so much. Keep
Appreciate
being legendary.
The games, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like, why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in. And I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.